Say it anywhere. Oh, there we go. Hey guys, what's happening?
We're
Happy
back.
Monday to everybody out there in Facebook land and my pals, my sidekicks here, Mr. Vito Peleg and Mr. Andrew Palmer, are joining me. We are gonna come and just tease you a little bit. We want to just dangle a little carrot out in front of you. A little something we got coming up next week. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's the third annual Adarim Web Agency Summit.
The fourth. It's already been
Fourth?
we've already
Yeah,
on
but
the
this is
fourth.
only the third one I've been on.
Okay. So after we start counting.
That's a very important point.
So the third at Web Agency Summit that matters, basically. And we are going to kick it off next week. And we wanted to jump in here and tell you guys a little bit about what is happening, who you can expect to hear from. And let me just tell you, we got some names. We landed a couple whales this year, y'all. Stay tuned. We'll get to that in a minute. But Vito, tell us about your stress levels. How you feeling?
Oh my God! Like I feel every year around this time. I don't know what day it is, and the nights all are blurred. I was just texting Jerome the other like a couple of hours ago saying, "Did you do this thing that I asked you to do?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, it was a dream." So
Are you serious?
Yeah. I dreamt it. I then realized that I dreamt him doing this. And I literally wake up in the middle of the night making notes on my iPad with stuff that needs to get done. Man, there's so much to do with this event. It's crazy.
So we want to everybody send thoughts and prayers to Vito's wife and children who will not be having access to him for the past week and the next. So anyway, Andy Palmer, what's going on with you?
Well, I've been the same because I'm part of the older team to put it together, media partner, sponsor with Bertha and things like that. So,
sponsor. Let's talk about that a little bit.
There's been some stuff. We've changed the Bertha AI website to make sure that people are aware of it. All the LinkedIn profiles. We're basically flooding the social medias with the Adarim Summit, and I think that's the best way to do it because it's amazing how many social mediums there are and how often people say, "What? I missed that," and so I think it's best that we just hit it really hard, and that's what we're doing with all the media partners and all the sponsors and stuff.
It is funny as web agency folks, it's easy to feel like we're a little going over the top when we start pushing stuff out there, but then when you think about it on the flip side, yeah, it's really not. It doesn't feel that way to everybody else, probably. So, have you been seeing the ads out there in Facebook world? Have you been seeing the stuff popping up? Have you been hearing about it?
I've been seeing
them.
We
have, yeah. I think we've
been. Got anybody in the Facebook groups that can reply and say, "Have you seen the ads?" And have you got the emails?
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if it's reaching everybody as much as it's reaching me, because my whole feed is rainbow colored right now, and it is
nice.
It's not even Pride Week.
It's great to see George Nicolau in the comments. He's one of our just saying 3 favorite people. George, you got to get out more.
Aw, hi George. So guys, let's talk a little bit about So Bertha's a sponsor. Who else is making this possible this year?
A whole bunch of awesome folks, and there's a few more even that needs to be added to this list already. But as you can see, this is some of the names that are taking part, all the way from Duda, which is basically a website builder that is looking to, or is already working with like 17,000 agencies and help them building websites. And then we have CloudFest USA. CloudFest is an awesome event that happens in Europe with about 7,500 attendees in the physical world. And we partnered up with them this year so that we can make sure that agencies are going to join at least the US version of it that is coming up just next month. And then, of course,
you two have gone to the one in Germany 2 years in a row now, right?
Yes.
Since I wasn't there, is that 0? You've never been?
No, it doesn't count.
I tell you what, it's one of the best events you can go to. There's like 6,000 or 7,000 people there. There's hosts there. They had a great WordPress Day, Contributor Day there as well. You know, like 120 people were on the Contributor Day, maybe even more. And then, you know, a couple of speakers, Josefa was there, and I think I've just name dropped the director of WordPress, and I think she may be coming into the Atarim Summit as well. So,
What?
Well, not only maybe, but definitely.
definitely, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So we've got some
We'll
names,
all
I'll tell you.
be fangirling over Josefa.
Yes,
She's
we
the
definitely have
coolest.
a few names on this team. Yeah, we have some kind of like Duda sponsoring a WordPress event, exactly. But really, one of the things that you'll see that we're doing this year is that we are broadening our horizons a little bit. So if we're gonna go continue quickly on some of the sponsors here, we're talking about Yoast that are you know, no need to even mention who they are. The most used SEO solution in the history of the world. Then we have Accessibility Checker. Amber is joining this year for the first time, and she had
Nice.
one rule. She said,
What is it?
I wanna take part only if you do live captioning this year." And so I said, "Yes, let's do it." And so
Love
we're
it. Yeah,
making
Amber's
it
awesome.
accessible, thanks to Accessibility Checker and Amber's push, really, or you know, it's the right thing to do anyway.
It is. Vito, I just put a link in the private chat here. Can you push that out to the groups? If anybody wants to leave a comment, they can click that link, and it will give StreamYard authorization to post your name and photo.
That's a good point, but that's only for Facebook, though, isn't it? But I
Yeah.
think I posted it now to every place, or at least for some destinations. Oh, I see that there is a problem with comments on most of those channels, and most of them are read only for some reason, except for YouTube. So that's why this thing is happening, and I don't know how to fix it right
Listen,
now.
it's gonna be everything's gonna work fine next week, I'm sure.
That's for sure.
That's because we're not using Facebook.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. Speaking of, what are we using?
Well, we have our own platform that we've created. So I think that's a good kind of way to talk a little bit about how the summit actually started, with the concept of. Were you part of it, or at least as an attendee at the beginning, Steph?
I think I was. I may have
Yeah.
even counted wrong. Is this the third year I've hosted, or is it the fourth?
It's your, yeah, I don't know. We lose it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I've been here forever.
But really, at the beginning, it all started with WordCamp Asia 2020 getting canceled in the last minute, and I was really in a bind with Atarim, or WP Feedback as it was named at the time, because we were like 6 months old, invested a whole bunch of money into an event that got canceled last minute, along with a worldwide pandemic, and no one knew what was going on. And so instead of closing shop, which we were really close to at that time, I decided to just spend a few nights awake and building a platform that will run an online event. And that was the first platform. And maybe I can even show how it evolved. What do you say?
Sure. Let's do that.
That'd be great. Just to answer George Nicolau, Josh. So Josh Ronk, who is one of the head devs at Elegant Themes, is coming along. So we've got a Divi guy coming into
yes, we'll talk about that panel. It's an incredible panel that is coming. But let's do a quick rundown through the platform, and then we'll continue with some of the sessions. Maybe how do I do that? There it is, or maybe this. That's better, right? So this is what is expected this year. We revamp the platform every year to make sure that it's nice and cool and up to date, and also just nice and fresh, really. What's going on here is that there's a few different areas of hanging out. One is the session track, where we have everything broadcast live in real time. And here we will have the captions right here below. And you can see that some sponsors are already starting to build their booths in here, and we have all the sessions all the way going down there below. And so this is where you can hang out. Everything is live. So if you have questions for the speakers, just post them here on the side, and we'll be able, either one of us that are going to be hosting, we're going to be bring them over to the speakers.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
for those of you who are, can I just say something, Vito? Like for those of you guys who haven't been to this summit before, one of the oh my gosh, we're getting incepted right now. What is happening?
it's a different camera.
Yeah, I get it. I was joking. The three of us will introduce. One of us will introduce each talk. We'll come in. We'll get to moderate the panels or introduce the speakers. We'll run the chat. We'll make sure that if you ask a question, it gets put in front of the speaker. All that kind of good stuff. So we basically are your advocates at the summit. We're there to help and make sure that everything runs smoothly, but also that you have the best possible experience while you're there. So if you have any issues, just hit us up a message in the conversation, the chat over there in whatever session you're in, and we'll be keeping an eye out for it. No bathroom breaks for us, you guys.
For us, yes.
None.
And this is another thing that I wanted to kind of we've learned from previous events, that a lot of people that are joining, and that's totally cool, are kind of like doing it as a by the way while they're working throughout the week, because this is a week-long event. You can't expect anyone to just sit in front of the computer for a full day just watching us blabber on, and we do.
Mm-hmm.
And so just let it roll in the background, kind of like a week-long podcast that is designed specifically for you. And so then if you hear something that you like, post a comment, and it's going to be brought into the people in real time, which is one of the coolest parts about this. But of course, if you miss a session, or you kind of found a gold nugget that you need to experience once again, you can go to the replays area and watch some of the replays that are going to be here for the full day.
Available just 24 hours after they're live.
Exactly. Yes. And then if you want to access all the sessions after, you can buy access or buy the backstage pass, as we call them this year.
So yeah, the backstage pass. So speaking of this whole theme we got going on, Vito, did your 2-year-old choose the color palette, by the way?
She did. She was involved in it for sure.
So if your crayons out, that's the color palette. Yeah,
as many colors as possible.
It's a festival. It's what it is.
It's
a
music festival, because in case you haven't noticed Vito's guitars hanging in the background, I'm sure he'll tell you about his life as a rock star at some point.
Someone so it's only someone would listen.
If only you get to rock out at was that at Cloudfest that you were rocking out? Speaking of Cloudfest,
yes,
he was rocking out.
We're gonna be broadcasting the full show from Cloudfest, that are basically people from the cloud industry, all former musicians, and with Cloudfest's partnership, we're gonna be bringing this into one of the days, or closing the day with a live show. Or it's not really live, it's kind of a broadcast of a live show that we did like 2 weeks ago. But
so when you say former musicians, can they still play their instruments? Or are they current musicians?
Let's see. Let you be the judge.
We'll be the judge of that.
I was present at the live gig in Cloudfest. I can tell you that you're all very talented.
Was it fun? Yeah.
It was fun.
Okay, so you know what we haven't mentioned, guys, which could be important, is when this is actually happening.
Right.
Sure.
Next week, for free. And you can join just by clicking on or going to this link, adamandonald.com/summit, and it's you can sign up in like 10 seconds in there. Here you can also see a little bit more information about the sessions and speakers and all of those cool stuff that are happening in there as well.
Awesome. So the days and times, it's also obviously, for obvious reasons, it's in East Coast time.
That's correct. Yes, all the hours that are posted are in EST, but the sessions are there. And really what we see is that during the event, the platform is open for everyone to come in and hang out. So the networking lounge is really buzzing in all kinds of weird hours. And I can testify myself that I've been sucked into staying there for until 4 a.m. on some of the
I
days.
know. Sucked into it. People get like it just gets to be such a good chat, and people are all there for the same reason, and it's like such like-minded folks. It's fun being in those.
Yes.
And I mean, there's a few sessions as well. I mean, Post Status. Are we going to talk about Post Status? What they're doing?
I'd love to go for it, Andrew.
Yeah, well, just basically, Post Status are running a few sessions, and I'm hosting one of them for an hour as well, away from my normal hosting duties. When Steph or Vito's doing the co-presenting, I'll be in the Post Status lounge, giving it all I've got with loads of people, because Post Status has got a few members, and it's all being organised by Michelle Frechette, who I don't know where she finds all the time to do these things, but she certainly does. And yeah, looking forward to really getting to know people who are members of the Post Status group. And if you don't know about Post Status, come and join us in the Post Status lounge and all the booths. Don't forget, like, exclusive offers in the booths as well. So there's a lot going to be going on, that's for sure.
The booths are fun too. Check it out. They're like it is like if you're walking around a music festival and you go to the little booths, and you can spin a wheel and get a prize.
I think I already did ours. Let's see if it will allow me. Yes, it did. Nice. So let's see if I got anything.
Big bucks, no whammies.
Yeah. Want a free ebook? Yeah.
Great.
That's the low end of the scale. Hopefully someone.
But some of them are a discount, 10%, 5%. What else?
Well, there's this is just like placeholder to show some of the other sponsors what they can do. But really, what happens in these events is that you have stuff like a lot of people have jackpots, and this is the cool thing. There's like one jackpot that people can win, like things last year we had like IMAX and things like that. Massive Amazon gift cards and all kinds of really cool stuff, Lego sets and whatever. That's the jackpot, and in each one of those sponsor booths there's usually one or two of those. And then you have stuff a lot of times like expert sessions. So let's say Yoast, as the largest SEO company in the world, can set you up with half an hour with an SEO expert that can teach you how you can improve your SEO for your own website, for your clients' websites, and all of those kind of things. So every sponsor brings their own expertise onto the table and bringing in internal team members that can do one-on-ones with some of the folks that are going to win and spin this thing. And then on top of that, there's swag, t-shirts and whatnot, socks and stuff. And then of course there's all kinds of digital goodies like templates and resources and ebooks like here and things like that can also be won.
Awesome.
And people are going to sit in here like I am, just telling you, spin this, spin this.
Right. And then you can talk to the person that's there.
Yeah.
You can jump on a video chat, or you can do a messaging chat or whatever. So it's really
it's live chat. It's like one-on-one meetings, or you can have one-on-many meetings. It's pretty cool. You can have a few participants in, I think up to 20 people in there. So it's cool.
So thanks to COVID for this technology, because we developed it was all built because we had to.
Yes. That's true.
Hey, let's talk about the talks. What do you say? So typically, like as with past years, there's 4 tracks. Each talk or panel is being broken down into one of 4 categories: build, expand, scale, or thrive. And that's been the same way the past couple of years. Are we continuing down that same road this year, Vito?
Yes. So we have those 4 tracks that are basically spun around the growth journey of a website professional. So first, you got to learn how to build a website, but not just building a website, but building a website for a client, which is a completely different ball game. As we all know, you need to maintain profitability. You need to choose the right tools that can be utilized across multiple projects and not just buy more tools every time. You need to understand how to maintain scope, how to reduce scope creep, have a project that actually gets from the beginning to the end, manage your communications. All of this stuff, and how to make sure the website is secure, that is fast, and that is SEO optimized, that is accessible. All of those things are part of the build category. And again, with the focus of not how to build a website, but how to build it for a client, so that you can do it with that hat on. Then we have the expand, right? That's the second one, where you already have a few projects, and now it's time to build up some initial processes into your business, create additional revenue streams, maybe try to find a few freelancers through Focus WP or similar that will allow you to scale up without having the payroll on your back, because it's on Steph's back. And all of those kind of cool stuff that are part of starting to actually succeed. And then after that, there is scale. So as you already have a business that is running, how do you take it to the next level if you choose to? And then really one of the discussions that we're going to have is, do you really wanna? Do you want to scale it up? Should you? Maybe sometimes that's not the right thing for some people. So considering how will that look like, and when you actually hire, and how do you hire, and should you hire, and all of those kind of things, and how do you market at scale? How do you drive what I like to call the referral flywheel? So how do you get more of your existing clients to refer a lot more of their friends, family, and colleagues? And then finally, we have the Thrive category, which is my favorite one, because it's all about success stories and mindset. So if you want to thrive, it all starts right here. It's not so much about the day-to-day, but it's about how you see and perceive the world. And that is what we're going to talk about there. We're going to hear from agency owners that have already made it, and are now sharing those information and those stories. But when it comes to the sessions this year, one of the coolest things that we've done is we expanded over to panels, and that allowed us to bring in talent that we have never had before, not only in our event, but I think in the space. I don't know if you guys seen these caliber of speakers in other events in our industry.
Yeah, just to clarify what Vito is saying there, guys, it's not just talks. We've got a ton of panels, and let's just give them an example of one of our panels. Which one do you want to do? Which one do you want to talk about?
Yes.
How about the page builder one?
Okay, page builder one. So
what's the title of that one?
That I don't know off the top of my head, but I wanted to call it
the page builder one.
The battle of the page builders. I wanted to call it, but I was shut down on that idea. But basically, we have folks from Andrew. You're muted.
We got Beaver Builder, Divi, Elementor.
All of them.
All of them.
So there's the product, but it's also C-level. It's like top leaders within each one of the companies. So there's the product manager at Elementor, the product manager at Divi. We have one of the people that are leading the Gutenberg project. We have the co-founder of Beaver Builder, the co-founder of Stackable, the product manager of Visual Composer. And did I miss anything? We have folks from the product manager of Duda, and the co-founder of BaseKit, which is another website builder that is starting to get some traction in our industry recently. So there is all kinds of really awesome folks, and this is just one panel.
Shots. That's just one panel. You know the panel that I'm excited about.
Right, that's the one I'm excited about as well. Maybe I can even bring in some kind of an image onto here, if you'll allow me one second.
The bad news is, you guys, as you could see with Vito leaning in right now, we're gonna have to reschedule this whole thing because he got that unfortunate zit right in the middle of his core.
You can still see it even in this, but at least I blocked
you. Just leaned in, and it was like, we might have to reschedule.
So let's talk about this one.
Sharing. Why is it covering me up?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's let it cover me. That's better, right? So from CMS to digital powerhouse, and we're going to
Look.
talk about how brands are coming in from outside into WordPress, and we have folks from Google that
Look
are
at
going to
this
be on
lineup.
this.
Look at this
Yes.
lineup. We got a big shot from Google because what's Andre's title? I'm gonna.
Andrew is in
already, like-
charge. He's a developer advocate, but he's also one of his main things that he works on is making sure that WordPress and Google speak to each other. And this is really cool. This is a really cool activity that happens behind the scenes that not many people know, but it makes sense when you think about it, because WordPress powers half of the internet and Google powers pretty much every search. And so it's essential for those two massive brands to collaborate together and make sure that their visions do align or at least influence each other. So we're going to learn from him about that, and we'll see Soren, who is the founder of CloudFest, and how the largest clouds event in the world is bringing in WordPress into their day-to-day. We'll talk to Adam from GoDaddy, which is the largest
I
host.
love
in the
me
world.
some Adam Warner.
Yes,
Okay.
can miss Adam, of course. And of course, we have Elaine from XWP, who is one of the largest agencies in the world, and they're working with some of those huge enterprise clients, bringing them into WordPress. And a panel about the future of WordPress can't be complete without Josefa, who she is the director of WordPress. She is the person behind this thing, and she's in charge of the whole project, really. So learning from her about her vision and what is the future of WordPress and how it relates to agencies is going to be really interesting. Then we'll also hear from Greg from HubSpot, that is another unicorn in the cloud space, and how it's coming into to WordPress and working together and powering a lot of WordPress activities as well. And then we have Lucas from WebPros. So WebPros, not many people know this name, the name of this brand, but that's the name behind cPanel and Plesk and WCH. I never get that acronym right.
WHM.
WHMCS, that's the one, right? But cPanel and Plesk are the literal foundation of
Literally, yeah.
Yes, of the internet. So he's going to come and talk about that and how they view WordPress. And then finally, we have Ramkus. Ramkus is the person that created WordCamp Europe. And he's going to come in to talk about the events side of WordPress and what's the future of that.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know Ramkus. So that'll be cool to hear his.
Yeah, he's the creator of WordCamp Europe,
which was a great event. We
he's
all
also
hung
got
out.
some very strong opinions, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to, and Josefa has got some quite strong opinions as well. And she was at CloudFest. She did a thing with Extendify, who Chris from Extendify was. I think it's Chris, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Andrew's going to tell the story about how he had coffee with Josefa in 3, 2.
I had many little meetings with Josefa. I got to tell you, she's a great person. And she cares about the community, so shut your face.
We're gonna have a few drinking games during the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would do one would be if Andrew name drops, but that everybody would be hammered. So it's just gonna be when Andrew gets angry, which is also borderline.
Right.
When he gets angry at me or Vito, that's take a shot. When I say somebody's name wrong, because God, I hate doing that.
We're gonna be really drunk.
I'm really try hard. I'm really gonna practice. And I apologize in advance to all the butchered names because I do. Oh man, I hate doing that. And then I don't know what's Vito's. Well, I'll have to think on that one. I'll have to come up with.
19. If I disappear for a while, no, that's not gonna happen.
Well, he doesn't brush his hair, that sort of thing.
No.
It's already 7:30 here in the UK, so this is a full day of doing. Oh my god. Oh my god!
I think I'm in the UK as well. I think my hair's looking pretty well done. Really.
So, okay.
There is one more panel that I'd like to point out.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I don't want to stick around too long. We don't want to take up too much of people's time. But the other panel that oh man, this is like it's a tie between that one and this one.
Right.
Andrew,
The
you want to
AI.
tell us about the one that I'm also excited about here?
I hope it's
I
that
don't know.
one. The
You're just on
AI
Yeah,
focus.
the AI
panel,
one for
right?
sure.
So
What's AI got to do in anything about building websites? I don't understand. What's
Andrew, come on.
that's what we'll explore.
Do you have a graphic for that one, Vito?
Not available right now, but I will drop some names.
Fire
First of all, Andrew is going to be on this panel representing Bertha.ai, which is the leading WordPress plugin for AI.
And Chrome.
And Chrome extension. Not leading on Chrome though, even though
not leading on Chrome. No, leading on WordPress, definitely. Yeah.
And then if we're talking about leading, we have the person from Microsoft that was in charge of implementing AI into Bing, coming in to share some ideas or how is that going to affect search? How is that going to affect SEO? How is that going to affect agencies that build and optimize websites for clients? So this is really going to be...
It's massive. It's a massive panel. I'm quite nervous because these guys obviously know a lot more about AI than I do. I know about implementing a solution. No, I know a little bit about it.
Uh-oh, Vito, you're in trouble. The boss. Boss has just come in.
Yes.
Disha says it's not just about the panels. We also have individual speakers.
We could spend 2 hours going through who these people are. But I mean, the best way to find out about it is go to atarim.io/summit, because it is astounding. The speakers we've got, they are leaders in their field, but also not necessarily leaders in their field, people that do what we do every single day. People that build websites, people that have to have client interaction, the experience of building a recurring business, the experience of running an agency, and the experience of being a freelancer. We've got Imran Sadiq there. He's a one-man band, simple, right? And he produces videos, he does tutorials, he does courses, he does web builds. He's got a great YouTube channel. We've got Paul from WP Tuts who teaches. We've got Jamie from Poodle Press. We've got the people across the genre that we're in, web development, basically. And I get George's point about Duda, but Duda, if you've ever played with Duda, it's a great solution. Any solution out there to allow people to build websites is what this web agency
and to build a business around.
To build a business, it's a completely. We're kind of, yes, we're WordPress because we do WordPress and we've got WordPress people, but we're advocates for other systems out there. Because there's not a WordPress doesn't sometimes fit every single business. Whether if you're a dog walker that has got limited finances, then Squarespace is good for you. Why not? It gets you out there. You're on the web. If you don't want a website, we've got the social mediums to go through. So all these people have really good stories and really stories that you can implement stuff with to help you build your small business or your medium-sized business, or how to scale. And that's the whole point about this event. And that's why I'm excited about it. I really get enthusiastic about this event because it is for everybody that really wants to get into digital transformation. It's great. I love it.
That's awesome. Yes, I agree. I can't wait.
And it's not the WordPress Summit. It's the Web Agency Summit. So we're builder agnostic around here. We are platform agnostic, even though we might care about our own preference. We have our own preferences. We all have things that we choose to use in our own businesses, but we're here to support y'all and what you're doing to run yours, and you get to pick those things. So it is great this year. In addition to as with previous years, we do have all of these folks who are literally, as George says, in the trenches with us. They are fighting the good fight with us, right alongside of us, and we are happy to hear their experiences and to learn from them. And then we also get to have a sneak peek into the upper level and to see what's going on with the big shots in the industry too. Look who's here! It's the Atarim Web Agency Summit graphic designer, the brand designer.
Yes.
Hi. Hey, Liv. How you doing?
Say hi. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay,
guess
she
that
want to
means
go
it's
back.
dinner time.
Okay, she's gonna join us for the rest of the.
You guys
Oh,
have
look at this.
you guys have a couple names that we're excited to hear about? We've got our pal
This is my
Alex.
baby.
Oh, look
This
at
is my
her.
baby.
That's a plushie. We've got Alex is going to be doing a talk. Johnny Flash,
Yes.
he's a impressive agency owner. Beth Livingston, we know Beth. She's always around. She's really knows her stuff when it comes to project management. The one and only Nicole Osborne, who will just be bursting with energy, I'm sure, sharing all of her experience. She's a very experienced public speaker and all around awesome lady. I don't know. Who else are you looking forward to hearing?
Everyone, just everyone. I know. But I mean, I can't remember everybody because it's just
I know there's a
there's
lot.
so
We
much
gotta leave.
going on.
We gotta leave. We can't. What is it? We can't give away the milk for free. We gotta let people
But I
show
also
up.
don't have favorites. I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't have favorites.
I do. So, all right, guys, go to adarim.io/summit. Get your free ticks. Sign up for the Backstage Pass. What do you get for the Backstage Pass, Vito?
Well, first of all, you get access to all the sessions from the event, all the panels and everything like that forever. It's like lifetime access to all of them. And really, the way I like to think about this is that even if you get just one gold nugget out of this entire event, that could transform your entire year. That's how I look at how I educate myself. I read a lot of books that are very repeatable. They repeat themselves. But as long as I get this one thing out of it, then the whole thing is really worth it. And but I don't think there's gonna be one with this lineup. So going back and watching, because you can't really consume all of the 40 plus hours during 1 week. So it's always good to have this kind of a Netflix for agencies experience. And instead of wasting time watching stand-up comedy, you can watch us ramble on. It's funnier.
Binge the summit.
Yeah, it's
I
funny.
want to also give a shout out to the media partners as well who work hard for us to get the word out and flood that, as I say, flood the social medias and.
I mean, Avicha.
We've got Avicha, we've got Master WP, we've got 48 and 48, we've got everybody. I can't share the screen, but we've got Trailblazer, WP Minute, Post Status, the WP Weekly, the repository Wonder Stars, obviously, which is Nicole. She's going to be presenting as well. And Do the Woo, Bob, who's just moved to Porto, so he'll be on European time. So it'd be interesting to see whether he can stay awake, whether he's still got jet lag from moving. So that'll be good. WP Founders, of course, and if you haven't been to WP Founders, go there because there's a few stories in there, and there's Vito's story in there, my story about ages ago needs updating now, obviously, because we've moved on from a couple of years ago. But just have a look at Stunning Digital Marketing. Of course, Rob Cairns. There's a podcast on the moment that Rob Cairns and Stunning Digital Marketing have done. I think the podcast is with you, Vito, at the moment. So all the marketing and all the promotions.
The week before, 2 weeks before.
You were there and I was there. So the last 3 podcasts, I think, is me, Stephanie, me, and then Vito. So you can't get away from us.
Hey, Rob's a lucky guy. What could you say?
Join us at adarim.io
It's great taste. Yeah. All right, guys. Any final thoughts? We'll see you there. We're going to be jumping back in and sharing a couple more sneak peeks leading up to the summit. But for now, if you are in the UK, go have some great dinner. If you are farther east than that, get some sleep, rest up. It's going to be a big week next week. And if you are on the West Coast, the East Coast, if you're in the United States, get back to work. It's a Monday.
Exactly.
What are you doing? Get off Facebook. Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.